everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of What's Cooking with Kimberly. Today, I'm going to show you how to make my famous salmon patty. I am super excited to share this recipe with you guys today because you've actually seen me talk about it on Facebook and write about it and post pictures, and I share this recipe with all of my clients and they absolutely love it. Again, it's easy, just a few ingredients, and absolutely delicious and extremely healthy for you. Today we're gonna make my salmon patty cakes. I have all my ingredients here, so you guys know I love Trader Joe's, right? So I go to Trader Joe's and I just get the wild Alaskan pink salmon in a can. I know some of you are saying, ew, fish in a can, but trust me, it's delicious, it's fine. If it wasn't okay, they wouldn't be selling it. So I just buy a can of this. Now, you do have an option. If you have salmon at home and you're making salmon and you have some left over, you can absolutely use that fresh salmon to make your salmon cakes. In this instance, we are going to use a good can of salmon, all right? So we're gonna open this up with the good old-fashioned can opener. And make sure, it's important to drain the extra juice. If you don't drain it, then it'll make your patties way too juicy, and you don't want that. So I have my bowl here, and I'm just gonna dump this in there. And take my spoon, break it up. Good old fishy smell. There we go. This is one of my favorite things to make in the summer. So one of the things I'm always talking about with my clients is to be prepared. And when you make your salmon cakes, it's probably gonna make 10 to 12, depending on the size. I like to make them really small so that I can, eat a couple. Like when I come home from the gym, I put them in the refrigerator and just leave them on a plate and grab them as I need them. So this is a really great recipe if you wanna just be prepared, okay? So I've got my salmon broken up here pretty good. And now I'm just gonna start adding things to it. I'm gonna put this to the side. I have 2 eggs, all right? So you wanna crack open the egg, which I'm not very good at. There we go, got that. 2 eggs. This is gonna make it really nice and moist. I need some egg cracking lessons here. I suck at cracking eggs. Oh, I suck so much there's a shell in there. I got it out though, there you go. All right, so I've got my 2 eggs in, and I have 1 cup of panko crumbs, and sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. I'm actually not even gonna use all of these, but if you wanna use them, if you wanna use a cup, it's perfectly fine. I don't like them too bready. So I've got my breadcrumbs. I'm gonna throw in a pinch of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. And I've got some pink Himalayan salt here, which is really tasty, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of that too. And my favorite part, I use fresh herbs. These smell so good. This is dill and green onion. So about 2 teaspoons of each of these. And I'm just gonna, if I don't drop them all, take my knife, and I'm just going to chop, chop, chop. There we go. Toss those in there. This makes all the difference, I found. A lot of times I use dry herbs, but anytime I'm in the mood to get some fresh herbs and I know that I'm actually gonna use them, then I buy them. So the flavor just comes completely through, especially in this recipe. Fish and herbs go well together. So the dill is hairy, so I just pull it off the stalk and just get the little hairy parts, because that's all we really want. I don't think you wanna eat the stem. I mean, it's your prerogative, but I don't wanna eat the stem. So we're gonna chop this up, about 2 teaspoons here. And it smells so good. As soon as you chop into the dill, You can smell it. It smells awesome. All right, so got that in there. And I think that's everything. So now, oh, nope, I forgot one thing. The shallot. Now, I don't know if many of you cook with shallots. A lot of people don't. But I learned that shallots are kind of like a chef's secret ingredient. They're like an onion, but not like an onion. They just add a different flavor, just another layer to any dish. And I just put them in there raw. I chop them up and just toss them in there. We're gonna use about a half of a shallot. They're tiny little things, so you don't have to be afraid of overusing. Even if you wanted to put a whole one in there, I think it'd be okay. All right, so there we go. Got that. Now we're just gonna mix it all together in the bowl and make sure everything gets mixed in really good. The breadcrumbs and the eggs are going to make it all stick together. And then the great thing about adding in a couple of eggs is that that's gonna give it a really beautiful golden brown color when you put them in the frying pan. Super simple, it's done. Most of my clients are like, give me a recipe that's easy, that I don't have to think about, and they're very specific. They always say, if it has more than 4 ingredients, they're not doing it. So I love these recipes. So this is easy, and this show is all about helping you find quick, easy, and healthy recipes that you're gonna enjoy making. So we're gonna go right over here to the stove. I'm gonna turn this on medium heat, and I'm going to grab my olive oil spray and just give my pan a little spray there. And I have a large spoon, a tablespoon, so I just take my spoon and just scoop out a little patty, and then I take my spoon and I smash it down like that. So like I said, you're gonna, in my pan, I'm gonna be able to get like probably 7 in here. So while these are cooking, we're gonna come over here and I'm gonna show you how to make a really simple and healthier version of an aioli that you can have with your salmon patties. I have some yogurt here. It's 2% yogurt, and I've got about 2 teaspoons of light mayo that I'm actually not gonna use all of it, just a little bit. It's really, the mayo is there just for texture, a little bit of creaminess, and it'll help balance out the yogurt, because the yogurt is a little lighter. So we'll mix that together like so. And then I'm gonna take a pinch of salt, like that, and a pinch of pepper, because I love pepper. Mix that in. And I have a lemon wedge here, which you guys know I love lemon. I mean, lemons are so handy in the kitchen, especially when you're trying to be conscious of your sauces and your dressings. So I'll just squeeze the juice in there. I call that seed. And then I'm gonna mix this together. Of course, I'm gonna have a little taste. It's perfect. It's creamy, it's tangy, and it's gonna be great on the salmon cake. All right, so we'll set that aside for now, and we will go back and check on our salmon patties. Once your salmon patties are golden brown on each side, you take them out, plate them. They are actually really good, fresh out of the frying pan when they're nice and hot and crunchy. But you can also keep them in the refrigerator and use them for that hangry snack when you're dying for something to eat and you don't have something ready right away. Thanks again for tuning in to What's Cooking with Kimberly. And don't forget to let me know your thoughts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm listening.